Good morning. I debated about the title for this talk. As you can see, I settled on Hear Me Now, Believe Me Later, 10 Things Seniors Wish They Had Known as First Years. Now, that title is also a double-edged sword. I'm also trying to figure out who's in the audience. The people that snickered, obviously, are baby boomers who can remember Saturday Night Live routines. I would correct my colleague Sylvia Spears. I'm no longer worried about helicopter parents. Having read the most recent book about the millennial generation, we now have stealth parents in our audience and in our midst. And they don't hover, they swoop. So I want to talk to you today about career services and a career services perspective. I would amend my title a little bit, 10 Things Seniors Wish They Had Known as First Years. I want to put in a brief plug. There's one thing seniors wish they knew right now, and that's where the jobs are. So up on our website, which you'll see the URL later, there is a place to go right on our homepage, and if any of you are in the position of having jobs to offer or internships, we welcome you to come up on our webpage, and we have a place where you can actually fill out a form and bring those jobs to the attention of seniors. But we're here to talk about first years first. So, 10 things that seniors wish they had known. One, they wish they had known that there were real human beings that they could talk to in an office like Career Services. You're being introduced today to many of the people, many of the human resources in our Student Affairs Division at Dartmouth. We have people, myself included, on the staff in Career Services who are available on a daily basis for either walk-ins, 15-minute quick questions, no sign-ups needed to be done in advance, or 30-minute appointments behind closed doors. We surveyed all of our users in January, every student who came into the office, and we asked them the results of their interactions with us in either appointments or walk-ins, and the statistics were overwhelmingly positive about the benefits of having engaged a human. This is a generation that typically engages offices like Career Services at 2 a.m. in the morning electronically, and that's welcome too, but we think we can really maximize their opportunities if they come and talk to one of us so we can help them navigate through this whole confusing life process. Another thing a lot of seniors wish they had known was that they could have started off right at the beginning by coming in, getting a whole array of self-assessment inventories. We still have inventories like the Strong Interest Inventory, the Myers-Briggs type indicator, self-assessment tools that can help students clarify where their interests lie, where their skills are. We also subscribe to an online subscription to Vault guides. So we have a whole array of career guides that are available free through our website that students can download and be introduced to a host of different career possibilities. And then there's internships. That's a big component of what an office like Career Services offers students. Right before I came over here, I went online just to check out this morning some of the listings. We have, like many schools, Career Services at Dartmouth is part of a consortia. So that means that we join with a whole bunch of other schools around the country to pool our internship postings. So when your students are looking at the section of our website on internships, they're not just looking at listings from Dartmouth, they're looking at listings from a lot of California and West Coast schools, University of Chicago, Johns Hopkins, a whole array of schools. Some of the listings I saw up there this morning: sports editorial intern with Kaleidoscope Sports Marketing, summer marketing and development intern with New London Hospital, editorial marketing intern with Oyster.com, a clinical psychology intern, a pre-med intern, Park Avenue Laser Vision, public policy research intern for Center for Human Capital Innovation, a film research intern for Florentine Films, financial analyst internship with Astra Capital Partners, PR internship with Nomad Communications, and production intern with Charlie Rose. that's just a quick on-the-fly listing. We have 3,500 internships posted at the moment, and they're all over the globe. A fourth thing that I'd like to bring to your attention and to the attention of your students is money. You know, when people ask me, okay, you've been there a long time, Skip, what separates Dartmouth out from other schools? And when I go to conferences with my colleagues, this is one of the things that I'm very proud of, that going back to the early 70s and probably before that, Dartmouth has been collecting money from alums to set up internship funds. And we literally have hundreds of thousands of dollars. My office alone administers 2 grants for unpaid internships in advertising, public relations, or publishing, and a second grant for media oriented towards children or direct service to children called the Robinson Grant. These are wonderful funding opportunities, and we're just one of many offices, Rockefeller Center, Tucker Foundation, Dickey Center, that have grants for unpaid internships, and first years are eligible for those grants. Of course, the deadline's next April 30th, next Friday. Resume reviews. Awful lot of first-year students are being introduced to the art of resume writing, and this is a wonderful educational process that they're invited to go through. We're making it very easy for them because if you go up on our website now, not only do we have an online resume workshop that they can go to, although we welcome them to come to our personal workshops, we also have an arrangement with a company called Optimal Resume, so you can go up on our website and find templates to create your own resume through Optimal Resume. And then we have arranged with the Research, Writing, and Instructional Technology Center on campus, ARWIT, Information Technology Center, and we've trained a lot of ARWIT tutors to be resume and cover letter reviewers as well. So even when our office is closed, students can go to ARWIT tutors to get their resumes reviewed after preparing a draft. If you're keeping count, we're on number 6 here. So, and this number 6 probably should be number 1. You know, people come to Dartmouth, say, what's the value added of coming to Dartmouth? Well, I'll start with the faculty and many other things. But an additional value added is we have an amazing Dartmouth Career Alumni Advisory Network. It may be the biggest in the country. There are now 23,000 alums that are available to be career advisors, and they're accessible. You can go through our website under networking. The listing is hosted through the Alumni Relations website, but students can now use their Blitz accounts, go directly into this online resource as of 2 weeks ago, and just access any number of names of people in different career fields. They're not offering their services up front as recipients of resumes and cover letters. They're there to be advisors, but once a relationship is struck, it's between the student and the advisor where that relationship goes. And many of those same alums have also volunteered to be available to do shadowing programs at their work sites. It's an incredible resource. A 7th item I would bring to your attention that seniors wish they had known about are the Career Services Blitz Bulletins. We take great pride, and I don't know if this is Dartmouth vernacular, Blitz Bulletins, but this is basically where we advertise many of our programs, our hours, our workshops, quick, fast-breaking internships. Our Blitz Bulletin is the #1 most monitored on campus, right above free food. We're very proud of that. It's been a neck-and-neck competition for years. But we have, I think, 2,300, 2,500 subscribers at a given time. But in addition to our Blitz Bulletins, we will send targeted communications out every 2 weeks to subscribers who are interested in specific career fields. So I personally write a specialty blitz that goes out to students interested in environmental careers or government and public policy. Other people in the office do ones for the arts, communication, international. These are wonderful opportunities to benefit from our research into valuable resources that we want to bring to the attention of students. And then number 8, in no set order, of course, here, is our on-campus recruiting program. If you stop any 5 seniors on the green and ask them to have free associations with career services and what we do, this will probably be one of the first things that they'll mention, the on-campus recruiting program. We're the only people on campus who call it on-campus recruiting program. Most of the students refer to it as corporate recruiting. And it does, in fact, have a lot of corporations represented, but it also has the Peace Corps and Teach for America and a lot of not-for-profits, so we don't like to limit the heading. Our on-campus recruiting program is heavily weighted towards entry-level opportunities in the fall and internships in the winter. In a good year, you may see as many as 200 organizations coming on campus or collecting resumes through career services through the recruiting program. But we now have employers coming on campus sophomore summer, and this is a little early, but they come on campus to recruit during sophomore summer for students who want internships fall, winter, and spring of their junior year. So this will come up fairly quickly in sophomore year for students. Another one that students wish they had known about as seniors, but they wish they had known about as freshmen, is the credentials file. So if your sons or daughters are having amazing academic experiences with faculty and have taken seminars, and they really would love to record, while it's still fresh, the impressions of their faculty members about their work in their class, they can set up a credentials file through career services whereby recommendations will be kept on file for 10 years after graduation. A faculty member can write a recommendation just recording their impressions while they're fresh of the performance in the class, and then, 5, 6, 7 years after graduation, once somebody knows exactly how that recommendation is going to be used, they can try to go back to that faculty member. At least they'll have a template to refer to of their impressions. And then a 10th item that I would bring to your attention is we have a very comprehensive resource center. Our location is in the Bank of America building, actually, off campus, right next to the Nugget Movie Theater, conveniently located if students are going to the pharmacy and going to their bank. We have a very comprehensive resource center and a website that is constantly being updated, and we invite you to come look at that. I'm particularly excited about our new blog. I'm trying to learn the art of blogging myself, so I'm putting some things up on the blog, but the really interesting things are we have a senior right now who's blogging and sharing her experiences senior spring and what that's like, and things she wished she had known as a first year. Well, I only have a few minutes left, but I thought I'd give you a bonus slide here. And this is 5 things that I think students could do differently. And maybe a good acronym to remember is NPR. A lot of us up here are regular NPR listeners. We're trying to teach students the art of networking, planning ahead, and reflecting. Planning ahead, Dartmouth is just a place where there is never any time to stop and smell the roses. But an awful lot of the things that an office like ours offers students require planning ahead. If you want to go after some of those internships I mentioned, you should be planning 6 months before your next leave term to begin the process of looking for internships. Some of them have very early deadlines. Reflecting. It's a lost art on college campuses today, the art of reflection. But once you get to senior year and you sit down with an employer and you're being interviewed and they ask you to help translate the different experiences you've had into the skills that they need in their workplace, we often find that our students have been so busy collecting experiences, they haven't taken the time to reflect about those experiences and be able to translate to a prospective employer what they gain from those experiences and what skills they've developed. I've already talked about engaging a human. I emphasize that over and over again, whether it's somebody in our alumni network, whether it's a career coach. I think we can be very helpful to people if they talk to us. And I would encourage you to encourage your sons and daughters to imagine the possibilities, to not feel limited by their majors. Majors are a wonderful opportunity to go in depth into a subject area, but it doesn't define all their career options or even most of their career options after graduation. Don't be limited by the employers who come on campus. We have, as I said, in a good year, maybe 200 organizations, but they represent fields where employers have predictable hiring needs. It only scratches the surface of the employment opportunities that are out there. And so students shouldn't be limited just by who comes on campus. And don't even be limited by just the internships that are posted on the website. They too just scratch the surface. If I'm a school out on the West Coast or in the Midwest, I'm going to post opportunities closer to home, to Northwestern or some other school, and our students may not be seeing those opportunities, so we need to coach them on how to look for additional opportunities. And finally, we really do encourage them to indulge their passions. I mean, if you look on our website, you'll see a whole array of alumni stories where we've had a student interviewer go out and interview alums about how their career paths evolved. And one after another talks about the importance of passions and discovering your passions. And I know our students today are very practical, but there's still a place for passion in the workplace. Our logo is, our slogan is, all dreams are welcome here, and we certainly welcome your students to come to our office and pursue their own dreams. And I'll be around for a few minutes afterwards to answer any questions, but thank you very much. Appreciate it.